Welcome back to the fourth video in the face yoga pose tutorial series. My name is Elise, your favorite face yoga coach, and today we're talking about cat eyes. So cat eyes is one of the best and most important exercises in face yoga. It's typically thought of as an exercise for the eyes and for the upper part of the face. However, it's actually going to lift the entire face from the sides. Today we're going to talk about the benefits of the pose. We're going to go over the step-by-step instructions of the pose so you can make sure you're doing it 100% correctly. And then we'll talk about some common mistakes that you're going to want to avoid. And then we're going to do a massage at the end to release any tension, stretch the muscles, and leave everything lifted and beautiful. Let's jump right into it. When I said this is one of the best and most effective exercises in face yoga, I was not exaggerating. This exercise is amazing. So let's talk about some benefits. The first one is it tones and lifts the side of the face at the temples. So for some people, a lot of people actually, we start to sag on the sides of our face. So what happens is our temporalis muscle gets weak, it starts to fall, and we're going to notice a sagging from the side of our face into our orbicularis oris muscle, which is our round mouth muscle. As you probably know, our round muscle, the mouth muscle, it's not connected to any bones and it has a hole in the middle. So it's very sensitive to gravity and atrophy. When these heavier muscles start falling into the orbicularis oris muscle, then we're going to start to see things like droopy mouth corners and nasolabial folds. What cat eyes does is lift from the temples, from the sides of the face, so the whole sides of the face stay lifted. And there's actually a test you can do to see if you are sagging from the side of your face. What you're going to do is you're going to put your hands in the cat eyes position, and I'll do this with you, and you're going to pull up and back. And if you notice that your cheeks are lifted, your nasolabial folds reduce, and then your mouth corners lift, if you notice that that's happening from putting your hands in cat eyes, most likely you are experiencing some form of facial sagging from the sides of your face. And cat eyes is going to help lift this up. So let's do it together, and you could look in the mirror, see for yourself if this is something you might be experiencing. It is very common. So let's do it together. So you'll want to place your palm ends on your temples, covering the ends of your eyebrows. Press in and then up and back. And this is how you will open cat eyes, the pose. So I did notice that my cheeks were lifted and my nasolabial lines are reduced from doing that pose. That means that I am experiencing some form of sagging on the right side of my body, and I'm going to keep doing cat eyes daily to try to lift from the temple area. So the other benefits of cat eyes are mainly concentrated to the upper part of the face. When we do cat eyes, we are reducing wrinkles around the eyes, and we're doing this in two ways. The first one is we're going to release stagnation and adhesions on the corner of our eyes, and this is going to soften that area and reverse crow's feet. We're also using the resistance from our hands against our eye muscles, so our eye muscles are working, thereby creating volume in the eye muscles to reduce wrinkles. Cat eyes is going to lift your upper eyelids. It's going to open the face. This is actually something I like to do after doing the jal neti, the cleaning of the sinuses. I'll do cat eyes for a minute or so and really breathe in and out through my nose and clear my nasal passages. Cat eyes is going to eliminate the accumulated lymph we get underneath our eyes, causing dark circles and puffiness. So when we put pressure on our temporalis muscle, we're increasing the blood flow to that area, and we're actually bringing blood and fresh oxygen not only to the face and the head, but we're also bringing a lot of oxygen to the brain, so you're going to experience a great energy boost from this pose. Cat eyes is also going to help possibly improve your vision. It can help relieve headaches, and it's going to help balance the hormonal system. So let's get into the step-by-step instructions. First, you're going to take your palm ends and you're going to place them on your temples. You want to make sure that you are covering the ends of your eyebrows. Your elbows are wide, your chest is open, and your shoulders are relaxed. Having a good posture in this pose is very important. And then your fingers are embracing the head. Now first we want to press in, and then we're going to press back and up at a 45-degree angle. So if it's easier for you to press in and then up and then back, that's an option. Or you can press in and diagonally back. I think it's a little bit easier. Next, we're going to squeeze our eyes shut against the opposite resistance of our hands moving diagonally backwards. You want to keep your shoulders relaxed and your elbows wide. and keep your eyes shut against the opposite resistance. Relax and breathe in and out of your nose here. You want to hold this for 30 seconds and do 3 rounds. And that would be the static version of the exercise. Now, to do the dynamic version, we would do the same thing. We would take our palm ends, place them on our temples, make sure they're covering the ends of the eyebrows. The fingers are embracing the heads. We press in, up, and back. Close our eyes against opposite resistance. And then to do the dynamic version, you're just going to gently open your eyes and close your eyes. Open your eyes and close your eyes. So you want to make sure that you're using a mirror here and you are lifting on both sides evenly. So it's hard to tell here how I am sitting, but I would use a mirror and I would lift evenly on both sides. And then squeeze my eyes shut against the opposite resistance. And that's how you do cat eyes. After you do the pose, sometimes it's nice to do a little tapping around the eyes and the temple area. You can do this in between rounds. Just gently tapping around the eyes and the temple area, and then you can go ahead and release. So let's talk about the common mistakes. The common mistakes are going to be tension in the jaw or the mouth. If you're experiencing this, just gently open your mouth while you're doing the pose. So you're here, you're back, you squeeze your eyes shut against the opposite resistance. And if you feel like your lips have tension or your jaw, just gently open your mouth like that. Of course, we would want our tongue up at the roof of the mouth, as it always is, but if this is something that's causing tension for you in the lower part of your face, you want to make sure you gently open your mouth. So the second common mistake I always see is improper body posture. So because we're tight in our neck, our shoulders, our upper back, this pose can be very difficult to do 100% correctly, and oftentimes people will put their hands here, their elbows are not wide, and they'll lean forward and try to do the pose. While that offers a slight benefit, to do it effectively, we want to make sure we're sitting up straight, our shoulders are back and down, and our elbows are wide. This is going to open up our chest, open up our shoulders, and keep this area 100% open. As we've talked about so many times on this channel, if we don't have good posture and we're hunched over in our neck and shoulders, there's really no way that our face is going to do what we want. Because just like as if you're building a house, if the foundation is jumbled and offbeat, there's no way the house is going to be in alignment. And that's exactly how our face works. If our muscles in our shoulders and our neck and our chest are tight, there's no way that our face is going to lift and move in the way that we want it to. So we keep our shoulders down and back, our elbows are wide, and this pose also is great for helping with your posture. The third common mistake I always see is tension in between the eyebrows and on the forehead. Now, if you're doing this pose correctly and you have your hands in the proper position, you're pressing in and up and back. So this area should be stretched. It shouldn't be where we're squeezing with this area. We want to take all of the pressure out of this area, place our hands in position, from the temples, from the outer corners of the eyes. This is where we'll feel the activation. If you're feeling the activation here, you need to release the tension here and only squeeze where you feel the pressure from your hands. If you have that mind-body connection, it should help. So you're squeezing where your hands are pressing. And the hands are offering the resistance, and then the middle of the face, the forehead, and between the eyebrows are completely relaxed. So in addition to the tapping, which we did in between the rounds, we're going to do the side eye stretch. And the side eye stretch is great for stretching the temporalis muscle, and then it's also going to help release any adhesions and stickiness on the outer corners of the eyes that cause crow's feet. So how do you do it? You're going to take the fingertips of one hand and place them on the cheekbone, on the top of the cheekbone here, on the side of your eye. Now the other hand is going to come around and you're going to gently just stretch upwards, stretching this muscle all the way up to the hairline. So your fingers are holding the skin in place on the bottom, and then the top fingers are just stretching all along the outer corner of the eye. You can move your fingers if you feel like you need a better grip, stretching up to the hairline. And then you'll do the same thing on the other side, placing your hand on the top of the cheekbone here, and then the other hand's just gonna come around and lift. Really stretching this temporalis muscle and releasing any of the adhesions on the side of the eyes there. So that is everything you need to know about cat eyes. If you are like me and you are experiencing any type of falling on the side of your face, you could do this exercise daily. It's going to lift the side of your face, lift your eyes, reduce crow's feet, open the eyes wide. It's just an amazing exercise for the face and the upper part of the face. If you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for working out with me today. If you would like to download a free PDF guide on 5 exercises and massages I do daily, you can check that below in the description. Namaste, and I will see you in the next video.